Hello, Robert Drury back again. In a moment, I'm going to attempt to get a game going. In the last episode, I took a unfortunate loss in a game that I went into the end game with the winning position and just continuously blundered and blundered until I lost the game. Now, with that, I plan on playing in an over-the-board tournament tomorrow. So hopefully I can play some hippo games, and I will be able to give you a recap of how that goes. With that said, let's get on to a game. Okay, my opponent's ready 21-10. I'm playing the block pieces. G6, Bishop G7, D6, E6. He's got a 3-pawn center he's going with. Knight to E7. Knight to D7. All right, he's going for the typical bishop queen battery. H6, we don't want to trade this bishop, the bishop at G7, we don't want to trade that off. He can castle either direction. Let's go with B6. We'll see which way he's going. He castles Kingside. Let's go bishop B7. Right now he's got this pawn right here protected once. He's got a bishop stack. Bishop here, bishop here. Solomon Rudell, in one of his videos, talked about the bishop stack. If he allows us, we can come here, attack this. We can come here and attack this. Or, no, that's the route we would go. We also got our A6 pawn to complete our full hippo. And let's see, we're waiting on our opponent. Not sure which direction. We can also start pushing this, bringing this guy around, or even pushing here. He goes. All right, we don't want him to come here, and so we're going to go ahead and push our A pawn. Okay, let's see. Let's see. All right, let's go ahead and target the E4 pawn. So he backs over and he lets us castle. And we've seen this played before when they play in this manner. Okay. Where do we want to go? If we take here, he takes back. We go here, but then he's got the file. If we go here, he's got 1, 2, 3 on it. Got 1, 2. So that doesn't work. Let's go for our Kingside plan and see if we can maneuver some pawn or some knights into some key squares here. We can also come here, but then when he pulls away, then you've got that issue. Okay. We can push here. We push here, he takes, we take back. This file's open, but the problem is if he comes this direction, which is where he's most likely going to. If I come here and he goes here, he takes. I like getting a better grip on that square. Get a better grip on that square. If I was him, I would open it up here. Then I would take back. Then he can slide a rook over, and I'm going to have to just move my queen somewhere. Not real sure if this is the way to go. I'll have to examine what to do with a push here if I don't have a pawn in place. No, he closed it up, but I've got this now. I can bring my bishop down this direction. All right, so now I've got another square clamp down on here, and now I can, yes, I can reroute. And I can create some problems for him. He says no, I'm going to create. Can I just push him out? Then he takes, then I come here. If I take, he takes. And let's push him out. And I figured that was coming. And now if he pushes, I'm going to just push and lock it up. No. All right, let's push. Bishop coming to here doesn't bother me. I'll just slide. I'll just slide out of the way. He takes here. I got knight with check. Oh, I've also got to pay attention to his queen coming over and lining up here. Shouldn't be a problem because I can just slide my queen to here. If he pushes here, what are we gonna do? I didn't think about the fact that he could just come right in here. That would be no. What do we got going on? If I take here, he pushes. I don't want that push. No, I don't want to do that. All right, let's take this way first. He's gonna push. I knew that he was gonna push. Okay, I'm coming this direction, and now I got some issues here. All right. The problem is if I take here, then he's going to take back. My gracious. Was not well thought out. Back up here. I don't think I have any other choice. I don't have any other choice. Oh, I've got problems because he's got a way in. I've just he's got my bishop out of the game. Okay. And he's coming there, and I am going to see if I can. Oh my gracious, he's just coming right down the damn pike. Okay. I ain't worried. I ain't worried, right? I ain't worried. I should be worried. Okay, I should be worried to death. I've got this. If he pushes here, I got this. A minute down on time. He takes here. I'm going to take. Or no, he takes there. I'll just push. Oh, let's see. Okay. I can take with check. Or do I take? Do I take and take? Check. Tempo. All right, let's go this route. All right. What do I have here? What I have here? I got a check coming. This is a check. he allows me to take here, I've got this. Got this. Okay, I've got an attack. Let's see if I can hit the right follow-up on this. All right, he's thinking. He takes. I can go here for check, and he takes. I take. Then I've got. I can come back, but do I have a follow-up? All right, let's go this route. Okay, he's got some trouble now. He's got trouble, but he's got the queen right there. Okay. Okay, let's. Now he's got trouble. Let's see, he's in check. And he resigns. Okay. That was a quick game. My rating's back to 2063. When I say quick, I don't mean time-wise. I mean it's 26 moves. Let's do a game review and see what we're looking at. Okay. D4. G6. C4. Bishop G7. Knight C3. Going D6. Knight F3. E6. And he goes 3-pawn center. He's with E4. My knight comes to E7. His bishop comes to E3. Knight to D7. His queen comes out. Once again, this is a favorite attempt of opponents of the hippo. We always just shut them out. And this is the stack that Solomon Rudell and the Chess Giant, and I highly recommend that you watch some of his videos because he's got a bunch of them, and he does a very good job, much better job explaining things than I could ever possibly attempt. Matter of fact, I've watched a lot of his videos, and that's where I get a lot of my ideas. But what he says is when you've got this stack here, this pawn in front of the stack is usually weak simply because it's only got a knight defending it. So if you can target that pawn, which is this pawn again, then he's got to defend it, and it'll be usually king coming over something like that. Okay, and A5 is the computer choice here, which wasn't 100% sure about that, but I definitely don't want him to come here and prevent me from pushing. Okay, and he goes A6 to defend. All right, now I've got the target going. All right, and he backs off to defend, but what this does, it only puts one defender on h6. So I can now castle. And another thing you got to look out for is whenever you have bishop here, knight here, a lot of times you can clear a path for this pawn to start pushing, and it can create problems because if this pawn's here and this pawn's on here and this pawn goes up, then you're walling in the bishop, and sometimes he's got nowhere to go. All right, in this situation, I played b5 because I'm trying to bring my knight around here to g6. All right, he backs up. So this to me signals that he is wanting to play this. So how do I stop it? Okay, I played the e5. Now, if you go back, the computer says ignore it, just play A. He plays A. Your rook takes. His rook takes. And black is slightly better. The computer also gives, knight to d7, rook at A to d1, and then you can push f5, which it makes sense. What I did by pushing here, I gave white the advantage. Now, a lot of times they're thinking I can just push here, and now he's got a bad bishop, but the bishop always wants to slide back in the hippo when that happens, and you've got this diagonal. So in a lot of lines, you want to see that push. Okay, now the engine likes let me get rid of these arrows. The engine likes d take e5, d takes e5, rook at f to d1, and queen to b8. And I was anticipating the line going that direction. I just didn't know where I was going to have to put my queen. I'm going to have to file this one away, as far as you don't want to open this file up if you can get a tempo in on your queen. Now, let's say that if I did go knight to D, hold on, I've got to go back. All right, let's say that instead of all this, I went knight to D, and he pushed here. That's on move 14. I will go back and take a look at that at the end of this, because I'm curious myself how that would have turned out. So that's move 14. Okay, so he pushed, and he's still winning. Engine still likes it. My knight comes out. Now I'm targeting, this square, targeting this square, and he pushes, and he's starting to weaken his position a little bit. All right, I bring my bishop back around because now he's given me a target and I've got a tempo, so he has to defend. Queen to d7. I'm loading up here. Now, I thought that he might just push, which, I wanted that because then I could bring my knight in to h4, but he put his knight there instead. All right, now I thought about this, and I thought, just push his knight out. You're going to eliminate his one defender if he trades. And he didn't want to go backwards. I suppose that's a concession if he went backwards, so he took. And I took. And, he's got this move right here. But I've got check here and take. So that doesn't work. So he comes over with his rook to defend. And the engine right here says knight to f4 is actually winning. And it prefers bishop takes and e takes because that will open this up. But I didn't even think about I didn't even think about that move. I was saying he just take this way. I could take that way, I suppose. But which way would I take? Maybe move 20. We'll come back and take a look at that. So right now I got move 14 and move 20. All right, so I pushed and he pushed. And I knew this was coming. I knew it was coming. I took there thinking, there's a possibility he gets a little nervous and just goes ahead and takes. Then I can take this. But, he's 2100. He's not going to fall for simple tricks. Okay, so he pushes. Now I gotta move over. And just he's winning here because now he's into my position. And it's calling for G4 just to lock my position down. And I'm dead. I'm all cramped. His rook would be coming in and just dead meat. But he didn't do that. He still got the advantage. And I push F4 or F5, which was computer still didn't like it. Computer still does not like that move. And if you look at the computer evaluation, you're like, how did I win the game? But I pushed, and he brought his knight in, and he's spending time attacking the pawn. And while I'm over here working on a Kingside attack. All right, so I push. And now all of a sudden, it's getting a little bit even here. He takes. That's not an issue. I just come up. Now, but he's still winning. He can take rook. I take rook, and then G takes F4. It's just it's gotten complicated. He's got a pass pawn, but he's winning. But he's trying to hold on to material, and I take back with G. And believe it or not, take it. He's still winning. But it's a material thing for him. He doesn't want to take it. And that was his blunder. And I take, he takes, I come in for check, king to H1, and now my bishop comes in. And now he's really, I got, this says mate in 21. I take, he takes, and now it's just mate in 2. And he resigns. Excuse me for a moment. Okay, let's go. I said back to move 14. We'll look at move 14. Okay, let's go. Knight to D7. That's the engine's top choice. Actually, it switches between knight to D7 and A takes B. But if I go knight to D7, I'm thinking, well, can he just push? Well, the engine says I shouldn't be afraid of this. Just takes. And I was thinking he just takes back, and I've got a mess over here. But what do we got going on here? Because the engine says the bishop takes. Actually, the engine goes bishop to F2, but if the bishop or the rook takes, black is just much better. Oh. Once again, the bishop is overloaded. Bishop's overloaded. Bishop takes. And now it's bishop to D4 check. king to h1, and a takes b, a takes b, rook takes a1, rook takes a1, and bishop takes e4. If the queen takes, bishop takes c3. So it all stems the fact the bishop's overloaded. So let's go back. Okay. He goes, I take, let's say the rook takes instead. The rook takes. Now the bishop is guarding here. And a takes. So in that position, I get it. This, in this situation, this rook, let's go back. So the problem is this rook is attacking here or defending there, whichever way you want to put it, but he's also guarding this rook. This bishop is attacking, but it's also defending this pawn. So you don't have to be afraid of that particular push, or the f4 push. All right, let's go. I said what, 20? We're going to look at 20 now. Was it 20? I go bishop. Okay, 20. Okay, knight to f4. That's what we're looking at. All right, I'm like, knight to f4. And that's why, just take it. And he wants e takes f4. Wants to open up this. Okay. Then the bishop. All right, where would our bishop go? Let's say the bishop. Let's say the bishop backs up. And a takes. A takes. And I get it. You can't, because this rook would be overloaded in this scenario. You got to pay attention to what the rooks are doing, what purpose they're doing. If it's a dual purpose, you got to look. Can you exploit that? If it's a dual purpose. All right. So if the bishop takes, e takes, and they want you just to lock it down. But it's even. All right. Well, with that, let's say that we're done for the night. And like I said, I'm playing an over-the-board tournament tomorrow, and hopefully we'll have some information I can share with you guys. But with that said, good night.